Countdown to Kickoff is supported by, and as always, brought to you by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. And many congratulations to everybody at Craig International, whose rapid growth in the Middle East has been underpinned by a recent contract win with Qatar LNG, formerly known as Qatar Gas. Chairman Douglas Craig travelled to Qatar to cut a cake, which symbolises a regional tradition for celebrations and contract awards. The 3-year contract with a 2-year extension option will be delivered by the Qatar office, where now 45 people are employed, and they will be supported by the headquarters in Aberdeen. Did you know, ahead of the Livingston game, Aberdeen have won 6 of their last 10 league meetings with the club, going unbeaten in each of the last 3 games. Livingston have won just 1 of their last 23 league matches, losing 4 of their last 5, while conceding 3 goals in each of those 4 defeats. Jamie McGrath has scored 8 league goals for Aberdeen this season, matching his total for Dundee United last season. The man in the middle is Graham Granger. On VAR is Matthew McDermott. It means this: we are still looking to get safe. We travel to bottom side Livingston looking for 3 back-to-back Premiership wins. It's another huge game as we continue our path to safety. Hi everybody, how are you doing? A very warm welcome and a very good evening to this live edition of Countdown to Kickoff here on Alibeg ABTV on YouTube. So it's the usual drill this Friday night. What we do is look ahead to the Livingston game, and I'm very much looking for you to get involved as well. So, as it's a live show, leave your comments underneath the main video and we will do our very best to read out most of them as we go along tonight. There's no time limit, so we can stay as little or as long as we wish. Just always be respectful of all your fellow fans that come on. Don't use bad language if you can help it, please. And if you want to interact, absolutely knock yourselves out. And I hope you enjoy the show tonight. We've got the usual bits and pieces for you to get through, to have a wee look at everything. And I really hope you enjoy the show. Just a little bit of housekeeping to begin with. I just wanted to thank personally Graham Barron, Mark Robertson, Ian Morgan-Smith and Brian Watson, who have all recently signed up to the ABTV membership scheme here on Alibeg ABTV. Your support is invaluable and it will help me go to the next level. And what I mean by that is that I'm trying to get something over the line as we speak. And if we do, I'm hoping to introduce it for the split, and you will see where your financial contribution makes a difference to this channel as we try and get bigger and better as the months roll along. Now, I want to float an idea to you. Next week, I am thinking about doing a show every single night looking at those who are candidates to become the new Aberdeen manager. I would like to talk to experts. I would like to try and get data, show you some graphics, and just have a general discussion live about your thoughts and your opinions on who we think will be the new Aberdeen manager. So currently, we're still nowhere near knowing who's going to be the new manager. There's so much talk in the newspapers about what could possibly happen. Peter Leven, of course, will take charge of the side for tomorrow's game. I've got some quotes from him from his press conference earlier today. But a lot of the newspapers are talking about that Aberdeen have reapproached Jimmy Tellin, the Elfsborg manager, and that possibly there could be a deal for him to come in the summer, so that Peter will remain in charge until the end of the season, and then they will try and get that deal done for basically the beginning of next season. So that's just the newspaper talk. I have no clue what's going on. I'm probably just in the dark as you guys are. I genuinely don't have a Scooby-Doo. And yeah, again, like where I was last week, I just don't really know what to make of it all and to think about it anymore. Um, I just think what's happened is the club put all their eggs in one basket with particular or certain candidates, and they turned us down. And then they were left, oh my goodness, who do we go for? That's what I started to wonder what had happened. Hence the delay in announcing the new manager. So, look, I have to be honest with you. The way things are going, I have absolutely no issues if Peter Leven stays in charge until the end of the season. I want us to be mathematically safe. Look, we can still make the top six, but it's near nigh impossible. The permutations to do that are just, you need a degree in mathematics to work that out. We need results to go our way. There's a big swing in goal difference. We would need Dundee to basically lose all games. We would need Motherwell to slip up. It's just the permutations are just absolutely mental. It can still be achieved, but I can't see it happening. I really can't. So get in touch. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me how you're feeling ahead of tomorrow's game. I hate this plastic pitch. I absolutely hate it. But look, we've got to deal with it. So hence why what I've done when I've predicted my team is made a couple of changes to the side that beat Ross County last week. So this is what I would like to see. I would like to see Angus MacDonald come in for Richard Jensen. And I would like to see Dante Palvara come in for Connor Barron. But go with the 4-2-3-1 formation, which is serving us really quite well at the moment. I would like to see Junior start. I think he was busy last week without being overly effective. And then for Duke to come on, give him a good half an hour and like what he did last week, show his strength, show his character, and try and make things happen. So that's roughly what I think the team will be tomorrow. So let's get to Peter's comments for you. So he said, I was asked at the start of the week if I would be willing to take the Livingston game. I said it's no problem. I'm just taking it game by game, day by day. I'm always honest with the boys. We have meetings and we sit down and we tell them it's a week to week and what I expect from them and the standards that they've now set. 2 wins on the bounce, so that is what I expect from the team. The same attitude, the same desire, shots on goal, nothing changes from my side. So, as I said, I personally don't really have any issues with him staying in charge until the end of the season. I think he's doing an okay job at the moment. I have no issues with what he's doing. I know last week after we took the lead against Ross County, I thought we completely lost our way. I thought we were absolutely dreadful for the remainder of the first half. I thought we were better in the second half, and obviously we were able to turn it around once he made those substitutions. And I think when Dante came on, he made a massive difference. He got us on the front foot. And I think when Duke came on, he, like I said in the review show, I just think he came on and looked like his old self, showed great strength, showed great character, a determination to do well, and obviously helped create the winning goal. So, yeah, look, the performance wasn't brilliant. The 3 points was the most important thing. And again, tomorrow, I'll happily take a very, very ugly win. I'm not overly bothered how we play as long as we get the win, because all I care about, and I'm sure you'll be singing from the same hymn sheet, is that we secure our Premiership status and, we put this season to one side. We do our very best to forget everything that's gone on and just kick on. And, of course, continue to look forward to the Scottish Cup semi-final. Right, so let that just, right, see that, why does my camera always do that? There we go. That's just a wee technical thing that my camera does. I don't really know why it does it. Right, where are you? Ooh, lots and lots and lots of you on tonight. Brilliant. Okay. Gary Milne came in and said, Peter should be in charge until the end of the season. Then we'll have a better choice of managers to pick from. Hope you're well. Ali, come on you Reds. Thanks, Gary. I'm doing just fine. Sugarland completely agrees with Gary. Paul Donaldson comes on and says, hello, Mark Robertson is here. Hi Mark, I hope you're well, mate. Thank you for your support. Please get in touch. Will you just drop me a little DM? Just get in touch. He's wishing everybody a good afternoon or a good evening wherever you are. Chilling has said, fit like, with a little sheep emoji. Paul Donaldson said, even though Livingston are a long way behind at the bottom of the table, I think it could be a difficult game. The pitch and the wind won't make things easy. So, thank you, Paul. You've set that up quite nicely for me. So the weather for tomorrow is it's going to be, it's not too bad at kickoff, 14 degrees. They're expecting the high to be 16 degrees, the low 8. But the winds will be strong tomorrow. So that possibly could have an effect on the game, and they're expecting a lot of showers in the morning across the Lothian area, so it could make a wee difference. Paul Rikia said, happy Friday everyone. Scotty Blodgett says, hello all, come on you Reds from sunny Florida. David Gold has said, good evening dandies. I reckon Leven will be in charge until the end of the season. Now Tellin is obviously the number one target, but time will tell whether we get him. Mark Robertson has said, any chance of a call-off tomorrow with the storm, or has that passed? So I noticed that there was actually a weather warning for the Lothian region. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Maybe anybody who lives in that region who watching the show tonight can bring us up to speed and let us know, if there's any sort of difficulties with travelling and all that sort of stuff. But hopefully the game will go ahead. David Gold has said 3 points is all that matters this weekend. Ian Morgan Smith, hi Ian, how you doing? Thank you. As I mentioned at the top of the show, he says, good evening all. Paul Donaldson has said, I don't think it will be called off. It's meant to be very windy, but sunny and bright too. The Mad Ferret says, we need to win tomorrow by any means necessary. Stand free. Grey Pilgrim has said, we must have Duke in the starting 11 tomorrow. Kilted Warriors has wished all dandies a very good evening. Oops. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? There we are. John Moore has said, hi all, this game is more important than county. Just to keep momentum going, top 6 gone, feel Leven will be here to the end of the season. Kilted Warrior came back to say, tap the like button, guys. Yeah, don't forget, folks, if you don't mind, click on that old like button if you're enjoying the show. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd be absolutely delighted if you please would consider it. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no fee to subscribing to a YouTube channel at all. It just means you get notifications of shows that are coming up and all that sort of stuff. We're actually getting closer now to 3,400, and I'd love to get there over the weekend. I think we're about 21 away, something like that. So please consider subscribing. That'd be brilliant. Stuart Cleary came back to say 3 points a must, and Bojan gets more goals towards hitting the 30 mark would be some achievement with the season that we've had. I completely agree. Paul Donaldson said the club have managed to keep a very tight lid on everything about this new manager appointment. They certainly have. Mark Robertson said, bar the Dundee game, Leven has done great. We do need someone to figure out the Clarkson, Barron, Shinnie dynamic. It hasn't worked at all this season. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I wanted Dante to come in tomorrow and just push Leighton a little bit further forward. Paul Donaldson said, it was good to hear Peter Leven say that Ruby is hopefully not too far away from coming back and should be in training next week. Graham Barron's here. Hi Graham, how you doing? I'll speak to you straight after, fella. Let's keep the winning run going. Peter Leven should get the rest of the season to keep us away from any playoff spot. Graham Gibbs said, thought Hoylett's lack of pace very evident against Ross County. A quality player but lacking pace. Yeah. Sugarland has said, I'd swap Barron for Palvaro and we have a team. Replace Gartenman with Milne too. Okay, so you'd keep Connor Barron in the side. Okay. Neil Sakin said, good evening, Ali. I think Aberdeen will batter Livingston in Livingston tomorrow. I think the score will be 4-0. Come on, you Reds. John Grant has said, I think Ruby will return. He needs at least a game or two before the semi. Yeah, I'm just wondering, John, if maybe tomorrow's come a little bit too early. Maybe, I don't know. He might even get a run out, but it's the plastic pitch that worries me more than anything else when players just come back from injury. I would actually rather see him play against Dundee if I'm going to be brutally honest. Gray Pilgrim came back to say, I like what Jack said in his press conference. Focus on the games and leave the manager issues to the side. Players have their own jobs to do. Yeah, I absolutely spot on. I said in my column this week for the Herald that, I really hoped that the players were able to put all the managerial chat to one side and just stick with Peter and just work with him. All we needed was those 3 points, and I think it was pretty evident that's what happened. So, for me, why change a winning formula at the moment, and just keep looking for the right person? I don't have any issues with it now. The only thing I would say is just don't make any more statements. Just don't make any more statements. Sugarland said Ruby coming back would be a huge boost. It would. It certainly would. Yeah, Graham Gibb agrees. He said, Ruby won't be risked on the plastic pitch. McDonald back, please. Yeah, it's a good point. John Grant said, the plastic pitch hasn't been an issue for Mike Devlin. I wonder why, John. Don't forget to let me know what you think about doing a show every night next week in terms of, just looking at our managerial options. It's just an idea that I had. Let me know if you think it's a good idea, if you think it's a load of nonsense. Mark Howson's here. Hi Mark, how are you? Having no option for manager right now just might be the best thing to happen with leading us to the end of the season if he's up for it. Ian Morgan Smith came back to say, hope Peter Leavin and the team laugh off Warnock's recent comments and win once again, even if it's a messy win. For me, don't even give it airtime. I read his comments. I heard what he said. I read what he said. Honestly, couldn't give a damn. Bastracken has said, good evening all. Another big game against Livingston, against a big physical side. Agree with having McDonald and Pavaro playing as need the height in the team and composure. Scott Barron, thank you Scott. He said the weather warning was for today, not tomorrow. Cool. West Coast Dawn has said every game is a cup final. We must win at all costs. I agree. Erica Mitchell says, good evening everyone. Here's hoping we get another win tomorrow against Livingston. Come on you Reds. Rod Cow said, it will be a real test for the team to prove they've turned a corner and are ready to build on the past couple of results. Hopefully they can get it done and extend the gap on those behind us. Mark Robertson said, I would worry about Ruby on that pitch. David Golder says, Ruby won't feature this weekend. Maybe a cameo against Dundee. He mustn't be rushed. West Coast Dawn has said, we clearly miss an aggressive and raw Ruby at the back. Lorraine Baxter's on. Hi Lorraine, hope you're well. She says, good evening. Another big game tomorrow, hoping Dante starts. And John Bissett has said, please don't attempt the long ball in that trampoline of a pitch. Right, so that's all the comments that have come in so far. But let me get to Facebook because a number of you left messages on Facebook. No, that's not the one. There we go. Right, let's get these comments in. So, Scott Farquhar said, it's going to be a tough watch tomorrow. 100% weather going to play a huge part as well. Should be hitting fizzers across that turf. Make the keeper work shooting from distance. Hopefully 3 points and ease the pressure a bit more. Yeah, I agree with that. Because if the rain has come down, it's going to make it a very, very slippery surface. So let's get some shots on goal. And let's not be afraid to have some shots on goal. Hit them from distance. Why not? Hit them across the deck. Why not? Darwin Klopper said, Ali, my friend, hope you're well. I'm doing just fine. Thank you, Darwin. Really confident of a win for the boys tomorrow. They put a good performance in against Ross County. They're looking more settled on the park, working together and cutting out the schoolboy errors. So let's take the 3 points back home. Come on, you Reds. Stuart Cleary has said it's going to be a tough game against Livy and guessing will be an ugly watch, but 3 points hopefully in the bag along with more goals for our latest striking legend and scoring machine, Bojan Majowski. Phil McCanish has said if we beat Livy tomorrow and Killy beat County, then I think we'll be safe and then we'll be able to look forward to the semi-final. Cameron Young said, how you doing, Ali? I'm doing just fine, thank you, Cameron. Hopefully a 2-0 Aberdeen win tomorrow. Hopefully other results go our way and we can secure a top 6, I think you're saying there, if Hibs and Dundee get beat. Yeah. Gavin Wolfie Wilson said, been too much disruption, too much interference from the media with their wild speculation. Livy is going to be a really hard game. The weather suggests it will be cold, wet, possible snow. Possible snow? I never saw that. The pitch is shocking, as all could see during the game against Celtic. Hibs blowing hot and cold. St Johnstone must feel they've got a chance. Dundee against Motherwell is going to be interesting too. Or we're all going to be keeping our eye on the other games, aren't we? Richard Mickey McMillan, he's going to the game. Good for you, Richard. To everybody that's going to Livingston tomorrow, please do have a safe and enjoyable trip. GW Finlayter said it's going to be a brutal game. Wet, windy, plastic pitch, and Livingston enjoy playing us at home. They'll have us earmarked for this game. They'll give it everything. My biggest fear is that just when we finally thought we'd never play Livy again, we may have to compete with them for the championship. That should be enough motivation. Going to be a huge Don support there, me included. Let's get behind the boys and get them over the line. Willie Gregg said, I hate these plastic pitches. It's a lottery. And in all fairness, we're not that great on it. When they know they're playing on it, they should be training on it all week, even a bounce game, because we've got that 4G or 5G surface. I completely agree, Willie. I couldn't agree more, mate. David Milton's just hoping we get a professional job done tomorrow and move on to the next game. David Scott says, hopefully we'll keep up the momentum with another win this weekend against Livingston as the never-ending manager search continues. Alexander Wallace came back to say, hi Ali, we've had all 4 seasons today in Fife, looking like more of the same tomorrow. Stay safe if travelling dandies. Thank you, Alexander. George Thompson said, still got a cup final. Come on, you Reds. Mark Howison came back. Hi, Mark. I read that Hearts have secured several decent players on pre-contracts for next year. Feels like we're a little behind in the transfer market due to the manager issue. It's a good point, Mark. The Mad Ferret said, I think it's a great idea and I'd be up for a show every day regarding the managerial situation. Tremendous. Thank you. Graham Gibb has said, for fans travelling by train tomorrow, check ahead. Been issues today between Edinburgh and Livingston with flooding and signalling. Allow extra time. Graham, thank you for that. Rod Cow said, I like the sound of your manager analysis shows, Ali. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. The Mad Ferret said, have Aberdeen not sold their full allocation for the Spaghetti Hide tomorrow? Spaghetti Hide, brilliant. I've got absolutely no idea whether we have or whether we haven't, to be honest with you. Right, so that's all the comments that are coming at the moment. Now, there was something that I wanted to do very quickly. Just, right. So, today is Willie Faulkner's birthday. So, many happy returns to our former winger, Willie Faulkner. And tomorrow, if you're watching the repeat, so tomorrow, which is the 6th of April, is the, let me work this out, the 41st anniversary of us beating Watershire at Pittodrie. Now, that was the only home game that my dad couldn't get tickets for. And it was the only game that we missed at Pittodrie in that Cup Winners' Cup run, including Gothenburg that we were able to get to as well. I remember my dad telling me that he couldn't get the tickets despite his best efforts, and I was absolutely raging with him. I remember the night of the game, I was that upset that I decided that I didn't want anything to do with the game. I thought, no, I can't do it. I didn't want to listen to it on the radio. It wasn't live on TV, if I remember correctly, and I was just absolutely fizzing that we couldn't go to the game. The naivety of youth, eh? So I went outside to have a kickabout. I just went outside to have a kickabout. And within 5 minutes, my dad is peering out of the living room window, shouting, "The Dons are 2-0 up! The Dons are 2-0 up!" And I remember I just came sprinting back in, and I remember my dad saying to me, "So do you want to listen to it now?" So we sat in the kitchen, and we just listened to it on the wireless. And what a night, what an unbelievable night that turned out to be. And then we watched the highlights on Scott Sport, which came after the 10 o'clock news, and Reflections. Remember Reflections? So my dad allowed me to stay up and watch the game, even though it was a school night. So the Watershire game was absolutely sensational. Simi's goal, Dougie Bell, Doug Rugby. Oh, the scrambled goal right at the end. Just absolutely sensational. Great memories to have. Let's see if there's any more comments before we finish off tonight. Oh, there's lots of more comments, right. Kenneth McPherson says, momentum and all the positives on successive wins. Neil Sakin said, do the manager's show. Right, I will. I'm definitely going to do it. Chilling says, a show a day. Come on then. Baz Strachan said, manager show, a great idea. Kenneth McPherson's going to the game tomorrow. Jeffrey Smith says, happy birthday to old Thuppenny Head. That's terrible, mate. Dougie 0212 says, we're horrible to watch playing on grass this season, never mind on a plastic pitch. I might just watch Gillette Soccer Saturday from behind the couch tomorrow. Kenneth McPherson said, I'm in touch with a guy in Belgium who wants an Aberdeen v Beveren ticket. What's that about, mate? David Gold has said, my dad was at that match, still has his season ticket book from that season and a programme from the final, although somehow he ended up with the Spanish one. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, I've over the years, I've collected the programmes. I love collecting the football club memorabilia. Even though we didn't go to the game, I've got the Watershire programme. And I've also got the Spanish version of the Cup Winners' Cup final programme, and I've got the original that we got on the night when we were in Gothenburg as well. Kenneth McPherson said, I have a Watershire ticket. Brilliant. So good. Right, chaps and lassies, we are done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the show. So don't forget, press the old like button before you sign off. And if you've not subscribed, go on. I dare you. Press that wee subscribe button and come and join in the fun and see what we've got coming up in the coming weeks and the coming months. I think you'll enjoy it. So all that's left to say is the very best of luck to the lads tomorrow. Look, you know what you've got to do. Just keep carrying forward that momentum. Just keep believing in yourselves. Keep believing in what Peter wants you to do. Don't leave anything in the dressing room. Be positive. Don't be afraid to take the game to Livingston. Be solid at the back. And yeah, just keep going. Get us to safety. And let's look forward to the semi-final. Because that's a huge game and places are up for grabs. And if you want to play in a big event, at a big stadium, in front of a big crowd, which is what you should be wanting to do, then put yourself in the manager's thoughts. So the very best of luck, and I'll see you on Sunday for the review show. Stand free, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care.